Good morning, my students. I hope you are well and fine at home. So, here is my lecture number 18 of Commercial Studies, Class 9. Students, in this video, we shall be covering the remaining topics of chapter number 6, that is partnership. Students, I have covered 3 lectures of this chapter already, and this is my 4th lecture. And in this lecture, we shall be covering the leftover topics of this chapter. Just in a previous video, I have explained you the types of partnership. So in this video, we will be covering the remaining types of partnership. We have already discussed in my previous video that there were 4 types of partnership. First, general partnership. We have already discussed general partnership. What was general partnership? Let's quickly revise. General partnership. In general partnership, the liability of the partners was unlimited. Liability of partners was unlimited. Means if the firm was not able to repay any amount of money or any loan, then the personal savings, personal property of the partners will also be attached in paying the loan. So that is the meaning of unlimited liability. Students, if you are able to just understand the meaning of unlimited, you can easily define it. So try to understand the meaning of unlimited liability. That means if the firm is unable to repay any loan, then the personal property and the personal savings of the partners will be attached in paying the loan back. So in general partnership, partners have the unlimited liability. Next, we have discussed about LLP, that is limited liability partnership. First of all, I have told you that this type of partnership governs under one act, that was LLP Act 2008. And under this type of partnership, the partners have the limited liability. And how much liability is decided just according to their capital contributions. How much capital they have contributed, according to that their liability is decided. So they have the so in this type of partnership, their liability is limited just according to the capital contributed by them. Just I have already told you that the minimum number of partners should be 2 for such type of partnership, and there is no limit in the maximum number of partners. Max no limit. There can be any number of partners. So I have made you revise these 2 types of partnership. So in this video, we will be studying about leftover types of partnership. So let's proceed to a topic number 1, that is partnership at will. This is the 3rd type of partnership. So let's study. Now, what is partnership at will? It is a partnership formed for an indefinite period. The time period or the purpose is not mentioned at the time of formation, and it can continue for any length of time depending on the will of the members. So by the name, we can just understand what is the meaning of this type of partnership is. This type of partnership exists on the will. Will means wish of the partners. This type of partnership can continue depending on the wish of the partners. This type of partnership is formed for an indefinite, means no specific time period is mentioned at the formation of this type of partnership. The time period, nor the objective, nor the purpose is mentioned at the time of formation, and it can continue for any period of time. Condition is this, that it depends on the will of the members, that whether they want to continue for longer period of time or they want to continue for shorter period of time. It depends totally on the wish of the partners. So this type of partnership means that this type of partnership continue for a period depending on the wish of the members. The time period nor the purpose of forming such type of partnership is not mentioned at the time of formation. Hope this is clear to you. It's very easy, it's not that very difficult. Now fourth and the last type of partnership is particular partnership. Now this type of partnership, as the name suggests, it's a type of partnership formed for a specific time period or a specified object. At the time of formation, the time period is fixed. Time period is fixed, and the just it is formed for a specified objective also. So at the time of formation, either the time period is fixed, say for 1 year, 2 years, just or the specified objective, some objective for what purpose this type of partnership has been formed, just to sell the goods, maybe to carry some contract, maybe to build some building. So purpose can be any purpose. So this type of partnership is formed for a specified time period or a specified objective, and it is automatically dissolved on the expiry of the period. And when the period got finished, when a time period got finished, just it become dissolved automatically. There is no need to give any type of notice. Just it is very obvious that after the expiry of the period, this partnership will get dissolved, will get to an end. Okay, or at the completion of the project. If at the formation of the partnership it is formed for the specified time period, so when the time period will be over, it will get to dissolution. just just it will get to an end. Okay, or if the partnership is formed for some specified purpose, for some specified purpose, then when that purpose will be finished, then when that purpose will be completed, then automatically that partnership will come to an end, will come to dissolution. So in this type of partnership, either the partnership is formed for a specified time period, just, or you can say specified purpose, when just it is automatically dissolved on the expiry of the period or at the completion of the project, or when the purpose for which it was formed is completed now, then it may dissolve. No need to give any type of notice. It's obvious that after the expiry of the stated period or after the completion of the project, this type of partnership will automatically get dissolved. So I hope so you must have got all the types of partnership. We have discussed general partnership, then second we have discussed LLP, third partnership at will, and fourth one is particular partnership. So let's proceed to our next topic, that is types of partners. Students, just after studying the types of partnership, we are going to study the types of partners, and they are just in total there are 8 types of partners. First, active, sleeping, secret, limited partner, partners in profits only, nominal partner, minor as a partner, and sub partner. So in this video we will be studying about 5 types of partner in this video, just till here, and rest of the 3 partners we will study in the next part. So let's study the types of partners. The first type of partner is active partner. So the other name of active partner is working partner. So such a partner contributes capital, just as the name suggests, active is active, or the working partner. So such type of partner contributes capital, just also takes part in the active part in the management of the firm. He has unlimited liability, and last one is he is known to the persons who deal with the firm. So it has 4 characteristics basically. First characteristics, he contributes capital. Suppose a partner is entering into a partnership, so he cannot enter into any business for free of cost. He has to bring some amount of money into the business, then only he will become the partners. So active partner is a partner who contributes the capital. Second, he takes an active part in the management of the firm. Whatever activities are being conducted in the business, he takes active part in those activities. So he plays a prominent role in the management of the firm. So takes active part we have discussed. Third one is he bears unlimited liability. He has the unlimited liability. Now what we have discussed, we for the unlimited liability, that if the firm is unable to pay the loan, then the personal property of the partners will also be used in paying the loan back. Okay, so he has unlimited liability. And fourth one is he is known to the persons who deal with the firm. So everyone who is dealing with the firm, they knows this type of partner. And just active partner also knows the clients or the customers who are dealing with the firm. So he is not a secret, he is a very known partner to the outsiders. So I hope so this type of partner is very much clear. He contributes the capital, also take active part, has unlimited liability, and he is known to the persons who deal with the firm. So I hope so this type of partner is clear to you. Now second one is sleeping or dormant partner. Just remember both the names, because the question can come by either name. So you need to remember both the names. Now sleeping partner is also known as dormant partner or the inactive partner also. So as the name suggests, means inactive, not working partner, simply contributes the capital. Now first characteristics is that he contributes capital, but he does not take an active part in the management of the firm. He share in the profits or losses. His liability is also unlimited, but he is not known to the persons who deal with the firm. So this type of partner has similar characteristic to the active and working partner, but the only difference is that he does not take active part in the management of firm. No part. He does not take just any part just in the management of the firm. He simply contributes capital. He simply contributes capital. His liability is also unlimited. He share in the profits and losses, but he does not take any part in the management of the firm, and he is also not known to the persons who are dealing with the firm. So he is like a sleeping not secret partner, sleeping partner who is investing in the business but is not taking any interest in the managing the business. So he is only investing just in the business. For what purpose? For sharing in the profits and losses, but he is not taking any part in the, suppose a person is running a shop just alone, so another, just his friend invests the money, but he is not coming into that shop and managing the shop. He only investing in the shop. So that means his friend is a sleeping partner. So I hope so by this example you must have got what is sleeping partner and active partner. This person will be known as active partner, and his friend will be known as sleeping partner. So let's proceed to the point number third, that is secret partner. Now what is secret partner? This type of partner contributes capital. He contributes capital also, takes an active part in the management of the business also, shares in the profits and losses also, liabilities also unlimited. However, his connection with the firm is not known to the outside world. So secret partner is just similar to the sleeping partner. Only difference is that he takes an active part in the management of the firm, but his connection is not known to the outside world. He is just like a secret partner whom nobody knows that he is a partner. So he contributes capital also, takes active part in the management also, he shares in the profits and losses also, liability is also unlimited, but his connection with the firm is not known to the outside world, means the outside world doesn't know that he is a partner in the firm. He is just like a secret partner. Secret is kept that he is a partner. He takes active part. He is a backbone to the business. He invests the capital. He also shares the profits and losses. His liability is also unlimited, but his connection is not known to the outside parties. So I hope so the differences is clear to you among this active partner, sleeping partner and secret partner. So let's talk about fourth partner, that is limited partner. The liability of such partner is limited to the extent of his share in the capital expenditure and profits of the firm. So for limited partner, the liability is, of course, as the name suggests, limited. Just in what contribution? According to the extent of his share, according to the capital contributed by him. Whatever capital he is bringing in the firm at the time of admission, so according to that capital contribution, his liability is decided by the other partners, and he is not entitled to take active part in the management of the firm. He doesn't take any active part in the management of the firm. His liability is also limited. He shares in the profits, but according to the capital contributed by him. It's not compulsory that he get the equal profits, so he will get the profits according to the capital contributed by him. So remember, just in the previous videos I have already told you that it is not compulsory that the profits are divided equally. It is divided on the basis of capital contributed by them. So I hope so you must have got this 4 types of partnership. So we are going to discuss the last type of partnership, that is partners in profits only. Now he shares in the profits of the firm but not in losses. His liability for the firm is unlimited, but he does not take active part in the management of the firm. Now for this type of partnership we can discuss that it has 2 advantages also and 2 disadvantages also. Now what is the advantages? That his liability is unlimited. This for the firm, his liability is unlimited, but he shares in the profits. No losses will be disadvantage. No active part, no active part, and no losses. So one advantage is that one disadvantage is that he shares only in the profits but not in losses. He shares in the profits but not in any losses. Then, but his liability is unlimited. Suppose if the firm suffers any large amount of loss, then he will be liable for paying such type of loss. He will not suffer for the casual losses, but if the firm is not able to repay any large amount of loan, any debts which the firm has borrowed, then he will be obviously liable for paying such type of debts. But he does not take any active part in the management of the firm. He does not participate in the functioning of the business. He shares in the profits but not in losses. However, his liability is unlimited. Suppose if the firm has suffered a huge loss and is not able to repay any money back, so he will be liable for fulfilling such type of loss. So I hope so you must have got all the 5 types of partners we have discussed in this video. We have discussed active partner, sleeping partner, secret partner, limited partner, and last one is partners in profits only. So there are remaining 3 types of partners. We will discuss those partners in my next lecture. So I hope so you must have got this whatever I have taught you. So keep in touch with the studies. Try to get just try to revise whatever I am teaching to you, and if you have any problem you can comment in the comment section. And thank you for watching. Till then, be safe at home and do like and subscribe my channel, and have a nice day, students.